Rin-ha is a woman who selfishly possesses the genes for beauty and acting skill, a manic trophy collector. She feels her entire body aches, and it's so cold, like a mountain in a forest. 2 hours ago, a staff member told her it's not too late to request a body double, as accidents happen frequently here, and they haven't been able to find a single person who went missing. Rin-ha replies that she has to work hard if she wants to collect trophies this year too. After some time during the stunt, an accident happens, and she finds herself falling from a cliff into the ocean. Now, in the present time, Rin-ha thinks about how she ended up in the forest. It was clearly summer. But the weather is unusual. She questions if they are filming something. There's no way they would be filming in such a dangerous situation. Suddenly, a monster tries to attack her, and a blue flash appears, cutting off the monster's neck. Rin-ha wonders if the person approaching her is human. Her legs won't listen to her, and the person says something in a language she doesn't understand. It's not that she can't comprehend, but rather that it's her first time hearing this language. The person asks for her hand, and she decides to cooperate for now. The person explains that interjections cannot be translated and tells her to come to her senses. Rin-ha asks where this place is and who she is. The person reveals that they came from a different world, and Rin-ha isn't shocked about the idea of being transported to a different dimension. The person gives her a translating device. She inquires if many people come here, and the person replies that they find corpses and bones every year but have never seen a living person before. Rin-ha decides to stay close to him for safety, and asks if he is a knight or someone who fights monsters. The person introduces himself as Calcione Lenbird, the head of Lenbird and the Duke of the northern part of the Incline Kingdom. Rin-ha, now using the name Selena, greets him and thinks about how her real name would stand out too much. The Duke kisses her hand and welcomes her as a foreigner. Selena thinks about the kiss on the back of her hand, and the Duke's comment about her looking like a commoner but acting like a lady. She replies that there were no commoners in her world, and she is just a person. Selena then asks if he perhaps wants her to be a noble, and the Duke responds that it's because she would be more useful that way. Selena realizes he is trying to determine if the person he just saved is useful, and asks what happens if she is useless. The Duke replies that they will have to make her useful if she wants to leave this mountain alive. Selena thinks seriously about how he really is a northern duke. Then, Selena said she is really useful. She used to be praised like the morning light of the world, and she is sure she will be the same here. She will give it her all to become the one that he needs. The Duke replied that if she wants to live in his land, she has to give it her all. So, can she provide anything from her world for the development of Lenbird? Selena thought that surprisingly, it was such a common approach. If so, let's appeal first. Selena stated that she may be able to contribute to the development of culture and art. Even if it looks like this, back in her world, she is such a well-known actress that everyone knows who she is. He is especially good at acting. The Duke told her to try to act now. Selena asked what act should she perform, and the Duke replied, villainous. Selena thought that he is telling her to figure it out on her own. So let's do it. Anything is better than doing nothing. Selena said, hey, who is he to order her around? Did he think she will become his slave just because he saved her? Don't jump to conclusions by himself and mumble like that at her. Then, she thought, will he accept the act just because he is annoyed? Right, the Duke replied, pass, and then told her she will get to do more than enough roles that he wants her to act as. She will enter society and pretend to be his lover, and have death threats thrown at her. Selena thought about death threats and wondered if he is asking her to die. If she doesn't listen to him, Duke reply he definitely won't take her with him, and then she will be alone in this forest. Selena thought, but something is strange. Is it related to politics? It all means that he doesn't have anyone beside him that he can trust. In calculation, she is the only one who can do it. Then she asked if she understands. What will she get in return? The Duke replied, in return, her life. Selena told him she apologizes, and her life belongs to her in the first place. The Duke told her she will lose it soon if he doesn't save her. Selena stated that even so, it's a life and death job, and she also needs motivation to do it. she should have something in return for being loyal to him and never betraying him. The Duke replied, that's right, since she will act as his lover, she will live in the castle. He will provide her with extra expenditures. After she finishes her work, he will give her everything she needs to settle down, and also, he will give her hope, the possibility of returning to the place where she used to live. Selena thought she can go back. The Duke told her he is not sure. But there is a way. The problem is it's a dangerous land full of monsters, and there is no record of any successful attempt other than the Great Wizard. If she succeeds in this role, even at the risk of danger, he will personally take her to the land of masters. However, there is no guarantee that she will get to go back, since they are just ordinary people and not the Great Wizard. Selena spoke that she will do her best. In the next scene, Knight stated, "Welcome, His Excellency, is he injured?" The Duke replied, "There are no injuries, he discovered and saved her from a monster attack." The Knight asked if she might be heavy, and he could carry her. The Duke didn't give her to them. Selena thought she had to say something as he was completely silent. Selena said that she didn't want to. She would prefer it if the Duke carried her personally. Then she thought she did it, but she didn't have a choice. How could she not interfere? Especially when His Grace wasn't breathing properly because he was frozen stiff. A few hours ago, Selena stated, "Please spare her." The Duke asked if it was too much. His loving gaze on Selena. She replied that she felt like she was becoming prey. Then she inquired about his smile, and when the Duke smiled, Selena spoke, saying she got it. He was excited at the thought of killing her. The Duke replied, seriously asking if he should just kill her. Selena apologized, stating she wouldn't joke around anymore. Then Selena stated how they couldn't deceive others. When he looked like he would rather kill him, she guessed there was no other way. She would seduce him. She wasn't saying she would actually do it. She was just helping him get into his role. The Duke told her he thought the fact that he just accepted it made it seem less credible. Selena replied, however, it's more credible than him falling in love with her at first sight. With that expression of his, just say okay to everything she says, especially in front of others, no matter what crazy thing she asks him to do. He has to act like he is even the slightest bit infatuated, so that it will be easier to deceive others from now on. The Duke asked, so what is she trying to say? Selena replied that this woman is his. The Duke asked if she wanted to be his slave, and Selena replied, if it's him, then she guessed so. After 1 hour, Selena wondered why he wasn't acting. In the present time, Selena thought about how she couldn't not interfere. Then she urged him to say the lie. They were about to get angry. They even did special training. The knight wondered why they were having a secret conversation. Then he asked how dare she speak to His Excellency like that. The Duke replied with a simple, yes. Selena thought he could do it, just those 3 words. Duke stated that he would carry her, and they would return to the castle. He told them to prepare. The knights wondered what on earth was happening. Had His Excellency been beaten by some kind of monster? Selena reassured him that everyone was surprised, but he did great. In the next scene, maids welcomed His Excellency. A bath and dinner had been prepared, and they asked if there was anything else he needed. Duke replied on behalf of another person. Selena stated that they should finish their planning meeting. She wondered why exactly he needed her to act as the Duke's villainous lover. Duke explained that his prospective fiancée had died, and it was rumored that she would be a villainess. Selena expressed her condolences, and Duke stated that there was no need to be sorry. It just made him angry that someone dared to touch the fiancée he chose personally. Selena thought this felt like some kind of big corporate interview, and asked how the prospective fiancé had died. Duke replied that, originally, since the north was far from the capital, few people cared for it. However, after gold mines were found, many proposals were sent there. He selected a quiet and gentle baroness, but she died the night before the engagement party in his own mansion. It was a challenge against the Lenberg dukedom, testing if someone could easily kill a person inside the mansion, accompanied by a spoken threat not to marry, unless it was with someone within their power. Since they dared threaten him, they should be prepared to give him their heads. Selena thought she would freeze to death at this point. Duke continued, saying the lady's death was concluded to be a suicide. But considering the circumstances, it couldn't be true. The scar was too deep. The lady had never wielded any knife other than cutlery. Selina asked if he had tried talking to the Baron's house. Duke replied that the investigation had already been completed, and the Baron didn't want to question it. Selina suggested he investigate separately through society, and that he needed someone who could act to blend in naturally. A maid's voice interrupted, announcing that the bath was ready, and Selina worried about her modern clothes being seen. Duke suggested she take off her clothes and enter the bath. But Selina was concerned about getting caught while undressing. Duke reassured her that it was fine, she could do whatever she wanted. Selina shouted that no one else join them, instructing everyone to go back. Duke mentioned his servants, but Selina insisted they shouldn't come in either, as she didn't want anyone else to touch his body. She urged them to return to their places. Duke stated they didn't need servants and asked them to return. Selina exclaimed that now she could wash comfortably and finally rest a little. However, she wondered how to get rid of her clothes. After some time, she said, "Now, rip those clothes," and then wondered what had just happened. Duke turned his back as she was wearing just a gown, and Selina thought he was cute. Suddenly, Duke said to be quiet. Someone was eavesdropping. Selina asked if he wasn't surprised and what he would do. Duke replied that they could either kill them or spare them, and wondered how he would kill them. She thought he was crazy, and even so, it was unpleasant when someone died. Selina suggested they find a way to deceive the eavesdroppers rather than acting sloppily in front of them. Duke stated that even if they could only hear them, it would still require some acting abilities to create a plausible situation. Selina wondered why the conversation was going that way. She told Duke that she didn't expect him to be this way, but she guessed he was a pervert. Duke asked what made him a pervert, and suddenly, Selina pushed Duke into the bathtub. She said he had seen her acting earlier, and such things should be left to professionals. Duke said she is quite amazing. How could she just act out such a shameful scenario by herself without any problems? Selina replied she is an actress, after all, so the spy is gone. Duke replied right, he probably thought there was nothing more to hear. Selina stated, is he not curious? When the maids came, the next scene, a maid was shocked. His Excellency brought a woman, and they were together in one place. On top of that, they did something so explicit. Duke asked why is she standing there? The maid replied, she apologizes, Miss Selina, she will escort her to the bathroom to help her get ready. Selina said she is gonna wear something pretty, exciting, and she will be back all prettied up. After some time, she thought, so it's finished. Selina thought gold threads, jewels, or not. These are basically cultural assets, such clothes for her. Were they ordered by the Duke to make her wear this? The maids told her, wow, she is truly beautiful, and they were a bit confused by Lady Janette, who said to give this to her. Selina thought if it's the previous Duchess, then it means Duke's mother. Is it all right to just give a belonging of the previous mistress to a guest like her? The next scene, Selina asked how does she look, and it suits her, Selina thought. Look at that. What is with this reaction? Is he being like that because she is wearing his mother's dress? The maid spoke, she apologizes. They must have done what they were ordered to do. Duke asked who is responsible for this, bring him here this instant. Suddenly, Selina stated, is he thinking of something else while she is here in front of him? Then she thought she understands that he is pissed off. It's understandable since she's wearing the previous owner's clothes. Selina said, didn't she become pretty wearing this? Dressing up becomes meaningless if His Grace doesn't like it. Duke replied, she is pretty. Janette apologized and said she ordered them to do it, as it seems that was the only dress he would never have seen. Duke replied so it was her. There is no way he would not recognize it even if he has never seen it before. Selina thought he can't just overlook it. Duke asked, are there no women's dresses within the castle? Janette replied, aside from the belongings of the previous Duchess, there are only the maid's clothes. Duke replied, it seems he has interfered excessively. He is always thankful for her efforts in faithfully maintaining the castle. Selena thought he is just looking this over without saying anything, even though she touched the Duchess's belongings on her own whim, and is talking back to him. When Janette was going back, she smiled. Selena thought, why is she just smirking at her? After some time, Duke stated this is Dion, who is in charge of the Knight's Order. He is his closest friend, and he also shared the details of their plan. Selena stated then there is no need to act anymore, please take care of her from now on. Dion asked, so all she did was acting, but if they start liking his grace? Selena replied, even if she gets greedy for money, his grace is not her type at all. Her acting skills are too good. Even if she changes all of a sudden, don't be too surprised. After that, Duke said he shall give her a few warnings. First, there will be a spy anytime, anywhere, just like there was in the bathroom, so be careful. Selena replied that's not a problem. She has always been watched her entire life, so a spy is fine. Second, do not act when it's just the two of them. Selena replied no. In order to come out as if he loves her naturally, they have to practice even when it's the two of them. If he has a complaint, then he should act better. There was enough of a stir that even a spy appeared. Then what would happen in high society, where he doesn't have much influence? Now that she has pointed it out, does he think he can stop now? Duke replied she is right. Selena stated, so stop with those trivial thoughts and just make a workable plan. Tell her who she should be wary of. Duke replied, there is someone he is sick and tired of. The next day, Selena asked if it's this person. Duke replied, that's right, she is quite tiring to be around. Fionel is here, so she is the first suspect. Fionel stated that His Excellency had returned to the castle. She was worried that His Excellency might be heartbroken. That's why she had come to Lenberd. Selena thought, is that the look of a person who is worried? It's the look of a person who has made up their mind to go on a date. It's only been a month since Duke's ex-fiancée was murdered. If we calculate the length of the funeral and travel time, she followed him to Lenberd right after the funeral. She must be talking about taking the empty seat next to Duke. Why exactly? It's too dangerous. It's only been a month since Duke's fiancée was murdered. Anyone who becomes Duke's fiancée might die. Despite that, she is clinging to him like this. That means she is either an idiot who doesn't think that she can be murdered, or she is the killer. As long as there is a possibility that she is the killer, Selena cannot think too lightly of her. Duke said he doesn't recall inviting her. Fionel replied that she knows. He won't be able to think of inviting anyone since he is too heartbroken, but she was prepared to become an uninvited guest to comfort His Excellency. Duke thought, run away. Fionel stated if he walks that fast, she won't be able to follow him. Duke thought that's good, but Fionel approached them. Selena thought, finally caught up to their race, this persistent lady, if they set Duke as the finish line, she would definitely be able to get gold in the Olympics. Fionel said she just has to do it like this. It's simple, Selena thought. Look at this idiot. Look at the way she is threatening her behind his back. This is medicine for that kind of person. This is called a counterattack. Then she said Selena is hungry. She wants to hurry up and get some rest. While waiting for this lady, her feet hurt. Shoes. Ouch, ouch. Then she thought her skill is the same. No, if they are looking at her, they can tell that she is doing it much better. Then Selena looked at her and did this thing. Fionel got angry. After some time, Selena asked if not all of the people in society are like this. Duke replied not all of them. Fionel is weird. Selena said that kind of aggressive personality is not common. Is she the strongest in society? Duke replied no. Even though they are not the same, she will be meeting people who are influential in very different ways. Selena stated if it's at that level, let's renegotiate the compensation. The level of adversity is higher than she thought. Duke replied sure, as much as she wants, she thought, fighting with her wits, politics, society's rules, and factions that only she doesn't know, in a disgusting fight where everyone but she is an enemy. She can only hang in there and hold it in forever, until they find the unidentified criminal. Let's not get hurt by, or die. This reminds her of her rookie days. She has to do these things again. Selena stated let her have a bite. Duke replied eat her own. Selena stated the Duke's steak looks more delicious. She has to eat well and work hard. How could she eat this huge chunk of steak? Cut it for her. Duke cut it for her. Then she said she can't eat with her hands. Right, feed it to her. Duke thought since there will be someone looking here, he has to act. That's why he is doing this. It's strange. He only used it to feed Selena. He can't even think of using it again. Selena thought, what is she supposed to do if he suddenly leaves her here, even though he doesn't know anything about dating? Then they have to think about how to properly act to learn more about the case. How can she teach dating sense to this human? After some time, Duke opened the window and asked what she was doing. Selena replied, why is her reaction like that? Doesn't this make his heart flutter? A woman who seeks out her lover and knocks on his window, and on top of that, brings him flowers. Duke said, first come inside. Selena jumped at the same time. Duke tried to get her in. Then Duke asked, she said she was going to make a good setting. Selena replied, right, since she is really good at using her body. How is it? Isn't it worth falling for an unexpected image of a lover who he thought was vulnerable? Duke asked, didn't they make a deal to not fall in love with each other? Selena replied, right, did it. She was trying to teach him to act like he is in love. Anyway, she has to stay here. Duke replied fine. She can stay here. Instead, just stay still and do nothing. Selena replied, don't worry. It's enough if she is able to help the Duke. Has she ever gotten in his way? She will sit here and read a book calmly. Duke stated, get some rest, since she has been putting in a lot of effort since this morning. Selena thought, how unusual. Then she said, don't mention it. This is just the beginning. Then at night, Selena thought she fell asleep. What time is it? Oh, the Duke's clothes. He is cute. Is it because she slept on the sofa? Her body feels stiff. She should move a bit. Selena decided to go to the training ground. She also asked Duke to teach her about this area's martial arts, since their affection can increase when they interact with their bodies. Selena asked where the Duke is right now. The maid replied he has gone to the training ground. Selena thought, what the hell, she is so disrespectful to her master's guest. Look at her manners, she is staring at her from top to bottom. Can she take this opportunity to be a villainess? Selena stated, where is the training ground? The maid was trembling while replying, across the garden near the castle. Selena thought if she is going to get scared. Why would he pick a fight? Seriously, it makes her so annoyed. The next scene, Selena thought, as expected, she is lost. Why is the garden so complicated? How can someone get lost inside the house? Fionel came and asked where she was going. Selena replied, to meet the Duke. Don't tell her she is also going to see the Duke with that look. Fionel asked what's wrong with her. She is a natural person. Selena told her if she is aiming for a natural style, then she is doing good. Fionel stated, how dare she talk like this to her? Selena replied, how dare she talk like this to her? Does she think she will be scared if Fionel screams? Then Fionel asked, is she really a noble? Selena replied, no, she is a commoner. Fionel asked if she has a lot of money. If not, does she have a powerful patron? Then know her place if she doesn't have anything. If she keeps acting like that, she really could die. Selena thought, what is she saying? She could die. Don't tell her it's Fionel. Selena might not know this. Someone is already dead. Someone as spineless as she is hanging around the Duke. Selena thought the weight of her words is different. In the middle of a deserted maze garden, she is empty-handed with no weapons, and in front of her is a murder suspect. She mustn't do anything reckless. If things go wrong, she might die. Fionel might hold a weapon in her heavy outfit. There is a big physical difference between both of them. Since the other world, she learned a bit of martial arts. She should be able to subdue a newbie like Fionel. However, there is a possibility that Fionel is not alone. What if Fionel's subordinate is hidden deep in the garden? What if she is already surrounded? The next moment, Duke came. Selena hugged him and then stated she survived. Where did he go? She was so scared. Duke asked Fionel what happened. Selena thought she survived. He is her ally. She was trembling all alone. the smell of the strong. She is relieved. Now she should slowly get hold of herself. Selena stated, Duke, she almost died. Fionel said that she would kill her if she sticks to the Duke. Then she thought she should slowly play out her last move. Selena spoke, Duke, she is so tired and cold. She was trying to find the training ground to find him, but she got lost. She was lost for quite a long time. Please hold her. Duke picked her up. Fionel asked, what about her? Duke replied, the lady should rest as well. Escort her to her room. Selena thought, second round, second win, against an arrogant child. The next scene, Selena spoke that she received a murder threat. Fionel said that she should not act out, since she is nothing and she will die if she keeps acting out. Duke asked if she thought Fionel would kill her right away. Selena replied, if necessary. It seems that if she has this strength, she will probably be killed. Though, Fionel just hesitated since she was stronger. Even if Fionel is the killer, she is saying that she thinks it will be hard for her to do it herself. She will definitely get someone to do it. Even so, it was really scary. How can someone know if there is anyone hiding in that maze-like garden? She was really scared since she thought she could die. Duke told her she did a good job. Selena asked, is that all? His response is very simple. She almost died. Duke replied that much happens all the time. What more does she expect? Selena spoke. How can she ask more from the Duke? Just make sure to pay her a lot. Duke replied she doesn't have to worry about that. Then she asked. She came in making a big fuss while trembling in his hands. If she sleeps in her quarters tonight, won't it look strange? Duke replied he thinks so too. Selena asked if they have to sleep together. Duke was shocked. The two of them were frozen by the sudden tension. The servants who saved them both helped them. Selena thought she was getting ready to go to bed, but she didn't know it was this kind of preparation. Selena stated she won't wear this. Maids told her this is the outfit they worked so hard to prepare. Lenbert's best combat suit for captivating His Excellency. Selena replied, where in the world would they find a combat suit that reveals all important parts? Selena spoke that she is really just going to sleep. Maids replied, of course, the lady will just go to sleep in His Excellency's arms. Selena thought these people will just connect everything to that. They can think whatever they want. It's better than sleeping separately and getting her neck cut by that idiot lady. Then she asked why is everyone making a fuss? It's definitely not the first time for the Duke. Maids told her it's the first time, though. Selena stated even when he looks like that, don't nobles live with like 3,000 court ladies? Maids told her it's not that there are not a lot of people like that. Since His Excellency's original temper is so innocent, the lady knows it as well. His Excellency's personality used to look at women like stone. That's why they were surprised when that kind of person brought a lover home. They definitely should not miss this kind of event, when it can be a great opportunity for the Lenbert Duchy to have a successor. In the next scene, Selena apologized for being a little bit late since everyone had strange thoughts. She came after fighting for normal outfits and then asked what happened here. What the hell is he doing? Duke replied they said he has to do this much to be polite to the lady, even when it's just for one night. Selena asked if he is not serious, and Duke replied he is serious about wanting to go to sleep quickly. After some time, Selena asked if he sleeps facing left or right, and Duke replied to just sleep facing wherever she wants. Selena said she will go to the left. She has a habit of rolling to the left while sleeping. Duke told her to just sleep. Selena stated she thinks she is more nervous now than when she went to her first ever film shoot. Duke asked why, and Selena replied since it's her first time sharing a bed with a man. Duke asked if it's her first time, and Selena spoke, what did he just say now? He sounds like a playboy. Duke stated it was an unintentionally rude remark, and he apologized. Selena replied, okay, it's nothing. And it's true that this is her first time sharing a bed with a man. She is used to it anyway. Many people misunderstand, since she looked like this. Duke said he apologizes, and Selena spoke she is so touched to receive this kind of polite apology. Then she asked if she looks like someone who will meet with just anyone, and Duke replied no. It's because her acting skills are so good. Even though he knows that she is acting sometimes, it's like he is really captivated. Selena replied that means she is really good at acting. It feels good, since she will do her best moving forward. He can't fall for her until the end. And Duke replied he will be careful. In the morning, Selena woke up and thought, oh no, this is why she should have slept to the left. Now, what should she do? What did she do with the pillow to end up in Duke's arms? But it does feel good in his arms, since his body is thick. Let's get off him before he wakes up, and then she will just pretend nothing ever happened. Duke was watching her. Selena thought now it's time to roll away. Duke stated he knows she is already awake. Selena replied that's why she said she will sleep on the left side. Duke spoke, and he will keep that in mind from now on. In the next scene, Lady Roselyn arrived. She said she's really sorry to have come here without any notice. Duke replied it's been a long time. Fionel stated she is very sly. Roselyn has come here right after hearing that she is going to leave. Roselyn replied that everyone is very surprised that she suddenly came here, since she didn't attend the tea party without any notice. Selena thought now this is the time to watch a noble's technique, since Fionel is straightforward. She is too simple. Fionel spoke. Are they that close for her to have come all the way here? Just because she is worried about her. Roselyn replied her main purpose is to represent the capital's nobility and extend their condolences. Then she said, now, His Excellency, can she enter that they have exchanged their greetings? Selena thought, look at her, they have exchanged greetings. Can't she see her here? Does Roselyn think she's not even worthy of being a competitor? So, this is what Duke means by changing her strategy. Selena stated, are they having breakfast now? Roselyn asked, who is this? Duke replied he picked her up. Selena thought even with this kind of question, she is not asking Duke instead of her, and Duke is not helpful at all, as usual. Selena introduced herself. Roselyn replied, forgive her since it's her first time hearing this name. Which family is she from? Selena thought, look at her, speaking to her informally. Then she replied, is her family that important? The person itself is important, Duke stated. Rather than that, she is useful. Roselyn replied that's the same reason she rejected marriage a few years ago. A marriage is as useful as a hunting dog. He said that he would do it even 100 times, just a hunting dog. Is she as useful as that? However, if he is going to use a hunting dog, he should train it first. It's not even a commoner's hunting dog but the Lenbird Dutchy dog. Selena thought, look at that cheap talk. She picked the wrong opponent. Punk. She has a lot of experience in the entertainment industry. Then she said, is there any need to train such a pretty dog to hunt? They just need to keep it from doing anything difficult and appreciate its beauty. Roselyn stated that's interesting. Then she asked if she could request breakfast with this lady. Selena replied she likes it. Duke spoke, then do as they wish, he will excuse himself. Fionel also ran toward the Duke. Selena thought, no, that's good, the people disturbing them have left, now the sarcastic genius remains. How will he attack when there are only 2 of them? Roselyn kicked her. Selena thought it hurt. What was that? Roselyn stated how much. Selena thought, what is she asking? Roselyn asked how much it would take to get Selena to leave the Duke. Selena replied she is not just looking for some insignificant amount of money. Roselyn stated that she is sure Selena is going to rip him off. However, for a commoner like her, even if she counts to the largest number she can imagine, it will be just a small amount. That's why she told Selena to just say it. How much does she want? Selena thought this is how Roselyn is going to push her aside. She really has no manners. In response, Selena asked how much Roselyn can give her. Has she prepared 100 pieces of this sort of clothing? Selena considered the dress personally picked by the previous Duchess, considering it a cultural asset. No matter how rich and noble she is, Selena doesn't think it will be an easy amount of money to give. Roselyn replied, sure, she will give her that. Selena thought maybe she should accept it, but no, she has to go back to her original world. Selena stated she would give it to her just like that, and if so, then it's a shame to back down for just that much. Roselyn spoke, saying she thought Selena was just a pet, but it turns out she is a dirty merchant. She wants something else in addition to those things. Selena replied that, of course, a person's greed knows no end, but since this thing is really hard to find, she doesn't know whether the lady can give it to her. She will need the Duke's heart, since Roselyn has been talking about money from the start. Isn't it time she matched her offer? Roselyn stated the Duchess of Lenbert's position is a position where she has to risk her life. Someone already died behaving like her. Does she want to die for her greed? Does she think someone like her can live while covering that? Selena thought she is also mentioning the previous Duchess. Even though she is saying she is greedy, she is also trying to be at the Duke's side at the risk of dying. Since she doesn't look like she is a fool like Fionel, Selena believes that she is safe. The basis for that must be because she has the power to protect herself from that kind of threat. Or she is thinking to be the person in power, or she is the murderer. In the end, it means that Roselyn is also a prime suspect. Selena stated she doesn't need money. What she needs is the Duke's heart, rather than her. Isn't Roselyn the one being greedy since she already has money, status, position, all of that? Just give her the Duke's heart. Roselyn replied she doesn't need that small amount of money or status. She can have those kinds of things whenever she wants. If she wanted to, she can be even more powerful. Selena thought she doesn't understand. So what is her intention? If she doesn't need the Duke's money, status, or love, why is she courting the Duke? Roselyn spoke that she has warned her. If she doesn't know how to appreciate her life, then so be it. At night, dinner is ready. Selena thought she thinks there was a specific way to use the tableware. What was it? Whatever, it's not like she will be able to do it just by imitating it. Roselyn stated very interesting table manners. Which village did she get these manners from? Is it from the beast on the mountain? Selena replied if there is a beast that eats bread, she did not know. If she is a beast, then instead of eating the breadcrumbs on the floor, she thinks she would rather bite and tear at Lady Roselyn's neck, as she loves the taste of protein. Fionel said, "Oh, goodness." Selena replied, "Don't worry, it looks like there is nothing to eat over there. She don't have to be off gnawing bones." Then she said Duke picked her up. Roselyn give it a try. Maybe she will be able to receive a little bit of Duke's attention. Roselyn stated, she know His Grace's taste is something wild, but it's hard for her to match. It's still an identity, so it's hard to give up her status. Selena thought, she has no intention of becoming a dog together, she alone is noble. Duke stated, Thiolen is of noble status. In the past, Lambert dared to approach Thiolen's rank and got scolded. She refused Lambert's proposal harshly, saying it was not appropriate. Roselyn replied, no matter how small her influence was as a child, it was a mistake to refuse. Duke spoke, now that he think about it, it was pretty good. Her rank is inconvenient for her, as she know, he is from the north, so it's easier to sleep on the ground with wild animals and nature. Selena thought no, that's a defeat for her. Roselyn replied, if what she said has made him uncomfortable. Selena spoke, the Duke and she seem to be the best match. It's great that she is comfortable too. Duke stated, this is the so-called rank of Lambert. He have no intention of getting along with Thiolen. What do she think? Roselyn replied, how is she supposed to discuss his status, his grace? She didn't come to ask about that. The first reason was because she wanted to see him. But, as she said, she came on behalf of the nobles of the capital who care about him. These are the letters from the people in the capital who miss him. They asked her to deliver them to him. Will he answer one by one carefully? Selena thought, to deliver such a large number of letters to Duke, who is terribly bothered by communication with the capital. This is a rush of herbivores. Even the king of the jungle cannot survive getting kicked by a herd of rhinoceros. She nearly thought she won. Expect her to hide such a special move. This mealtime was their complete defeat. Then at night, Duke thought he had checked for a few hours, but he just went through half of it. Strange to have not let us from the families that would never formally pay attention. Selena came, and Duke asked in the middle of the night, what is she doing? Selena replied, my clothes are a bit embarrassing. Please understand it because the maids recommended it. Duke replied, "Yes, it can be. The servants nagged a lot about what to do when spending the night with a lady. He don't care, so sit down." Selena thought, is she the only one who is embarrassed? Don't be shy for nothing, she should work hard. He said he didn't care. There is no way the ears of someone who doesn't care would explode like this. What a feeling of awkwardness. She needs to change the subject. Selena asks why he came for what today. He had to struggle against Fionel, but he was very active against Roselyn. Duke replies it's easy to deal with Roselyn. Officially, it could be rude. Selena asks if it's because of the refusal of a proposal. Duke replies that's right. His mother was greedy for reputation, so she wanted him to marry a central noble and get into the social world. Selena observes that it looks like he was rejected because of incompatibility, and Duke agrees. Selena comments that it's great he still remembers and takes revenge. Duke responds that it's not easy for him to forget grudges. Selena reveals that Roselyn pretended to be kind and noble, but was very strong when she threatened her. Duke is surprised and asks about the threat. Selena explains that Roselyn asked how much she wanted to get away from him, claiming she could afford hundreds of dresses. Duke is taken aback. Considering it equivalent to Lambert's budget of 20 years, Selena thinks she should have accepted it, but she must go back to the original world. Duke advises her to let go of greed. Selena questions the value of the position of Duchess, and Duke replies it's even more questionable, because there's no reason for Roselyn to pursue it. Selena shares that Roselyn doesn't need money or power but still desires the position of Duchess, and she wonders about the real reason. After some time, Duke reveals an important letter from the Crown Prince. The interpretation bracelets function as amazing, making it difficult for him to avoid the Crown Prince, who is ambitious for the throne. Lambert is an annoying and coveted place for the Crown Prince. Selena suggests enjoying the 300th anniversary of the country's foundation in the capital for investigation. Then Selena said His Grace she want to visit the capital. She want to go, please take her with him. Duke reply of course she have to go, stop it. Selena speak don't be like this, she don't want to follow him like a bonus. Please tell her he want to go with her. Duke reply no one is watching so why? Selena tell him he is bad at acting, strong enough to receive people properly. He should usually practice really. When will he stop panicking? Duke thought he is going crazy. The next morning, a maid informs Selena that Lady Roselyn has invited her to a tea party. Selena asks if there are any extra clothes, and the maid replies they couldn't prepare any due to a lack of a private message from the Duke. Selena states that she can't attend, but the maid insists she cannot refuse an invitation from a high-ranking family. The next scene Roselyn was shocked. Selena speak even though she said she didn't have clothes. Roselyn insisted on inviting her so she is here. Well, it looks better than rags, doesn't it? Roselyn stated that even with that kind of appearance, being rude has its limits. Selena replies that it can't be helped since she doesn't have any clothes. The ones she had were ripped off by the Duke last night. She thought her facial expression is worth seeing, and Roselyn speaks, saying they are not close enough for her to completely understand Lady Selena's situation, but she will bear in mind Lady Selena's wardrobe from now on. Selena replies that it's a bit weird, if she doesn't know anything about the woman the Duke personally brought in. They will see each other more often from now on, so Roselyn should please be careful. Roselyn states that she has a lot of things to do in the capital and will be leaving shortly, making it hard to see each other very often. Selena says that's what she meant. They will be meeting in the capital. She will be going to the capital as the Duke's partner in this year's celebration of the 300 years of the National Founding Day. Roselyn asks if she will be going to the capital with His Excellency, and Selena replies yes, as he really takes care of her. When she begged him to bring her, he agreed right away. Roselyn asks how could Duke leave his dignity away like this. Selena reply even though he is the person who would hold his dignity in front of a woman who is on his lap. Roselyn shouts, asking how dare she, that kind of indecent act. Suddenly, the Duke arrives, and Roselyn wonders why now. She has to hurry and say that Selena deliberately insulted the party, Selena starts crying, and Roselyn thinks she is crying so he won't have time to explain herself. Duke hugs her, and Selena thought she knew this would happen, so she sent a letter to summon the Duke. Duke states that this place is not the society that she dominates, and thinks that this time Selena relayed a message, catching Roselyn red-handed. If she hadn't sent that letter, he wonders how much would have happened without her knowledge. Selena thinks the good decision has turned in their favor. If it ends here, this will be remembered by the Duke, and she should plant more of her impression. She controls her emotions to be as pitiful as she can, then says to Duke that she is really cold, and she wants to go inside. Duke picks her up and says the tea party will end here. It's dismissed. Selena thinks it's a perfect victory, so she shall do the last attack, classically screw her. After that, Selena says he did a great job. He came right away when she called him, made Roselyn his enemy, and brought her here while holding her perfectly. Duke states to stop being happy about her victory and start preparing. He has called tailors to make some dresses for her as she can't walk around with that look much longer. Before that, he has something to tell her, like what happened today. Moving forward, she will be facing nobles, and with that, she has to be able to face various patterns. Her acting is already good now, but with just her ability as her weapon, there is a possibility that there will be opponents that she can't handle. That's why he has decided to give her another weapon, and that is knowledge. They have 20 days before they leave for the capital, so in that time, she should familiarize herself with manners, social skills, and basic culture. She too shall become a proper noble lady. Selena asks why she would suddenly want to change the concept of playing the role of an uncultured and coarse lady. Duke replies that he doesn't mean to totally change that concept, but if she wants to enter high society, she should know their secret way of conversing. Selena speaks, saying that if she doesn't even know how to talk with them, she won't be able to get along with them, let alone dig up information. Duke tells her that, and more importantly, it bothers him. Selena states that she guesses he is concerned about Lenbird's reputation after all. Duke replies that Lenbird's reputation is not so insignificant to be swayed by her alone. It's not for that reason. He just doesn't want to see her get ignored by anyone. Selena thinks if this person is originally someone who can think like this, then she asks if Duke learned the society's secret way of conversing, and Duke asks why would he. Selena speaks, suggesting they learn it together. Duke replies no way, it's annoying. Selena tells him he will definitely need to familiarize himself with society's language. He is going to throw himself into the enemy camp. Doesn't he think he should be prepared for a variety of situations? There will also be a time when she will send the Duke a signal with their language. Duke replies, okay. Selena says, let's make a bet. Fulfill a wish for the person who learns the society's secret way of conversing first. Duke agrees, saying sure, he can do that. It's not hard, but it's difficult for her because of the difference between him, who has been interacting with nobles for decades, and her, who just came to this world a few days ago. Selena replies that he has to compare it first to see the difference. Remember, learn together, and the loser must fulfill the winner's wish. After some time, the designer asks if they should do one dress for each design. Duke replies, asking what he means. Is he looking down on Lenbird right now? Do 7 types. Selena states, no, don't do that. She thinks there is a color that fits each design. Making all sorts of colors means that it will be mass-produced. The designer replies that he never thought she would understand the value of their design. Selena suggests making one for each design. Duke speaks, saying Selena's extravagance to some extent is a basic quality of aristocracy. Selena wonders if there is a way to handle that common sense and still save Duke's face. Then she says, let's be extravagant in another way. She has thought of an aristocratic way. Nobles should wear luxurious items instead of mass-produced ones. Rather than making lots of them, make only one and make it with great care. For example, make a new kind of fabric that has never been made in the whole world, or crush gems into small pieces and make them together with thread to create the cloth. The thread will be coated with gold and silver to create a pattern on the fabric itself. This kind of fabric will start a new trend. It obviously won't work. The designer speaks. Lady is a genius. Of course, a beautiful person will know ways to make beautiful things. If they do that, the fabric itself can emit colorful lights. But it's a project that needs a lot of human resources and additional expenses. Duke replies that he will invest generously. Lenbert will provide the gold and gems. They will be going to the capital 20 days from now, so until then, prepay around 100 pieces, each one with a different design. Selena thinks 100 pieces in 20 days. Does he want to work people to death? Duke said this is the down payment. The designer replies that it's enough. Selena thinks, yes, they are crazy. They are all crazy in this neighborhood, from the nobles to tailors. The next morning, Duke asks how Selena's etiquette lesson is on its first day. Is it bad? Janette replies that she is a genius. It's certain that she never learned any etiquette. She does not have the natural habit and common knowledge, but she absorbs everything they teach her. A few hours ago, Selena asks why it's only the two of them. Janette replies that it's because she is going to teach her, for the first half of the etiquette and knowledge lesson. Selena asks about the Duke, and they have decided to learn together. Janette replies that it will be done after Lady's basic lesson. Selena thinks that expression. With their taxation alone, she can tell that Janette dislikes her. Selena asks what happens if she still cannot do any of it even after trying hard. Janette replies that she will do her best to teach her so that kind of thing won't happen. Selena asks what if she still can't do it. Janette replies that if so, then she will do her best to take care of it. Selena thought, do her best to take care of it. What kind of action will she take? Then Selena replies, saying she understood and asks Janette to please take care of her. She thinks, let's enjoy the feeling of nervousness after a while. She is an actress who has lived countless lives that she had never experienced before. This much etiquette is a piece of cake. After some time, Janette thought she only showed her everything once. It's more than 50 moves. How can she be this good? Sitting posture, breathing pace, the angle of the arms. It's as if she emits elegance even from the tip of her fingers. This is almost like the royal family. Back in present time, Janette speaks, saying that she has a special and she has another identity. Duke replies that's not it. He will guarantee her identity. After some time, Duke thinks that if she can master that complicated etiquette within a day, he thinks he might lose the bet. What wish will she ask? Then at night, the maid speaks, saying that everyone is saying she is beautiful, and that they understand why the Duke fell head over heels for her. Selena thinks there are too many servants who scorn her for that to be true. This maid sure is a stranger. For her, each connection matters. What hidden intention does she have? Should she lure her in a little to talk? She is glad that everybody likes her. However, she doesn't think Madame Janette is a reliable person. She said she won't leave her alone if she disgraces Lenbert's honor, while glaring at her like this. The maid replies she is always like that to the maids as well. Whenever they do something, she always nags about honor. She doesn't even know how she managed to serve beside the previous duchess. Even though the previous duchess was from a noble family, in Madame Janette's eyes, there was something lacking about her. They said she always followed the duchess and nagged her. She even got it from nagging too much. Selena thinks she doesn't know if it's on purpose or she is born with it, but she is good at talking. She will have a lot of information to gain. She should keep her at her side. Selena speaks. She has to ask something. First, don't look at her in a strange way. It's just bothering her. The maid replies not to worry and just tell her. Selena speak. The other ladies said if she keeps acting up, she will die, or if she is greedy, she will die. But in reality, who died? When she keeps hearing about it, it sounds like it's not just a threat. The maid replies that truthfully, around 1 month ago, His Excellency's prospective fiancé died by suicide at the house in the capital. Selena asks if she saw the prospective fiancé herself. The maid says, of course, she was one of the servants who followed to the capital. She was just quite normal and plain. She was gloomy and didn't talk much. She also always had a dark facial expression. Selena thinks it's unexpected. How can an evaluation about a person be this different? To one person, she is a calm and quiet woman, and to another, she is a gloomy and dark woman. Selena asks if she didn't like her. The maid replies, "Of course, she didn't like her. This is really a secret. That woman was sleeping around crazily in the capital." In the next scene, Duke asks if she looks tired. Selena replies, "Madame Janette was so hard. She was even instructed to control her breath. Looked at her like she was a bug." Duke tells her that she was complimented by Madame. Selena speaks. She completed her in front of the Duke. Isn't she a psychopath? She heard that Madame was also like that toward the previous Duchess. Then she tells him the whole story. Duke replies, he thinks it's just a piece of advice for her behavior. It's something that only a loyal headmaid should do. Selena asks if Irel really died from suicide. She is sorry to bring this up, but she really needs to know. An enemy doesn't always come from outside. Duke asks if she received immense pressure from Madame and other people. Doesn't that mean that she could have possibly ended her own life? Selena speaks. Even though she decided to end her life, if she had no other choice because of the pressure from outside, can it be counted as murder? Selena thinks if Duke says no, this aspect could disappear, but if he says yes, he will have to get revenge on an opponent who doesn't even have blood on their hands. A man in Duke's position, vindictive revenge against another noblewoman, it could raise a war. Duke replies it's murder in his opinion. Selena speaks, good. Then she will name the people who made her want to give up and die, before reaching the Duchess position. First is Madame. The second one is the maids who followed her to the capital. Madame always takes action for Lenbard's honor, but the maid's work is always talking behind her back. Duke speaks. It seems like nothing at the first glance. Selena replies, it's true from his perspective, since he has never lived it while being mindful of other people like Irel. Has the Duke ever been shaken by other people's evaluation of him? Duke replies no. Selena asks if he has ever gotten uncomfortable because people don't like him. Duke replies no. Has he ever been threatened to be kicked out from Lenbard for not being polite? Duke replies no. Selena tells her that's the difference. The Duke has power even if he doesn't mind other people, but neither she nor Irel has that. Duke asks, but she is from Gian Dukedom, which is quite powerful. Selena replies that's the Duke's perspective. From Irel's perspective, if there is even a speck of scandal, she will live constantly under the threat of being kicked out. If she gets kicked out, what about the dukedom's honor? Her position will be the one who ruins the honor of the dukedom. If a person is ostracized, she can think of doing anything. Selena thinks she has to get from that situation. But there were people who held out their hands to her. But what about Irel? Did she have a person she believed in? Duke asks what kind of sentences are there for a person to want to die from it. Selena replies they won't know exactly since they are not Irel. Duke speaks. He would not care what scandal arose. The deal with Gian Dukedom was simple. He will give the money, and they will just provide him with a duchess without any presents. Selena states, for example, she played around so promiscuously that there wasn't a single man she had not touched in the capital. Duke replies, this is not a problem. Everybody lives like that, and it's not uncommon for 1 or 2 rumors to spread about the Duchess of Lenbard. Selena replies she has said it before, and she will say it again. He would think of it like that, for some people not to be welcomed by anyone, after facing problems here and there. To end up being kicked out and abandoned by their own family without somewhere to belong, they will think that it is better to die. Selena speaks. She is sorry. While talking about this, she got too excited, then she was going down. Duke holds her, and said whatever rumors are going around, whether it is true or not, he would not mind at all. This applies to her as well. Therefore, do not shrink back from their words. Remember that unless she runs away, he won't ever abandon her. Even so, don't have any affairs with another man while she is still in the contract with him. After some time, Janette tells her she should use a polite way of conversing when she raises a complaint. Selena replies it's not even an aerial situation. Why is she so strict? Janette speaks. She has told her to make it a habit even when there is no one looking. Duke asks her why her way of teaching is stricter than he thought. Janette replies there is bound to be a difference between the lady's etiquette and His Excellency's etiquette. Duke asks why. Janette has no answer. Selena thought, how can she pester her so much, when she doesn't even have a reason? How absurd. Then she said she tells her she is not interested in the Duchess's position, and also she doesn't have any intention to stay here forever. So there is no need for Janette to bother her, and she doesn't know if she ever did this to someone else. Duke thought, is this how it feels? Excessive pressure. Since this happened in front of him, this must be just the tip of an iceberg. Then he said he had told her to teach her just enough so that she doesn't tarnish Lenbard's honor. Janette replies she understands. Selena thought, look at how obedient she is with Duke's words. What exactly is her problem? Then at night, Janette was laughing at Duke. He said he would end it quickly, but he is wrong. How can he be so confident when he accepted the bet? The person Madame Janette should be strict with is here. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.